What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? And welcome to another banger of a Talking ATL Hawks podcast episode number 85. You got the usual crew, myself, Andrew, and John. Andrew, it's really bothering me that you're the only one in this chat that does not have their last name in the little subtitle. You usually do. Why just say Andrew now? I,
Because
I,
we had to share a computer last
Oh
time.
yeah, that's right. I think you have to share the computer screen last.
ah.
Yeah, that's right. You have to share computer screens last episode.
Yeah,
No, the last episode we did separately.
I can.
It was the one we did at the beach. That's besides the point. We're getting sidetracked already.
I thought did you not share screens last week?
Not last episode, not for 84. It was the one we did at the beach.
Are you sure about
Uh
that? Um,
Pretty
okay,
sure we did share a computer.
no, not last episode.
I think we did.
y'all did. Y'all shared the computer screen last. Yeah, y'all shared it.
Oh, because we were at our house. No, you're right, Andrew. You're absolutely right. My bad. My apologies. But anyway, sorry, I just noticed that it kind of distracted me. But anyways, we are here with the usual crew, and we got another banger cooked up for y'all. But as always, we always have to open up with just some personal discussion. I'm gonna ask y'all how y'all's week's been. Of course. Uh, during this previous week, we had the greatest tournament in the world begin, the FIFA World Cup, which has the North America hosting for the first time in years and years and years.
I think you said at
Um,
least didn't they say like at least like 28 or something like that?
oh
Like
yeah, it's
28,
been
yeah, like 28 years or something.
Yeah, it's been a long time since North America's hosted the FIFA World Cup. And, this is just an opportunity for the USA now more than ever to prove themselves as a worthy country that can compete in the beautiful game. This isn't a soccer podcast, or else I could rant on and on about that. But,
You have worn
um,
my Pulisic jersey for this episode if I gave it any thought.
yeah, Christian Pulisic, a key piece in USA's win in their previous match to open their group play. But yeah, so that's been fun to watch. I know that's what's been keeping me and Angie occupied. So I guess John, I'll start with you. How has your week been?
Last night, as we'll get into it a little bit later, last night sucked.
Yep.
Not for the reason, but not for the reason y'all might think. Y'all might think that I was upset that the Knicks won. I'm not upset that the team won themselves. I'm just upset that the fans got got that championship because the team deserves the championship. The fans absolutely do not.
Yeah.
What they've been doing to New York and all that like chaos and destruction they've been causing, they just don't deserve to ever even sniff playoff success.
Yeah,
Because of what they've been doing, causing all this chaos. But now my week's been good. I watched a little bit of the USA versus Paraguay game, but I actually saw clips of the national anthem from that game.
crazy.
That has to be the most beautiful.
Electric.
That's probably tied with our Charlie Puth's Super Bowl national anthem for me. Honestly, that's probably one of the best national anthems ever been sung.
You,
Ever.
you know a national anthem is hard when like it's mad emotional. Like you had people in the stands teary eyed from that
Yeah,
national anthem.
Well, you gotta know the context behind it too. Like this is a moment that North American soccer, well, more specifically the United States, has been waiting for a long time. And then to follow that up with the performance that we had, yeah, it was definitely a tearjerker. But yeah, just going back on the Knicks and Spurs, it's really disappointing to me because the Spurs play like the better team the entire series.
yeah,
They just couldn't close out the game. I mean, if the Spurs knew how to be consistent in the fourth quarter and late in stretches, that series would have been completely different. So it's a shame that the series only lasted 5 games only because the Spurs had no tendency to hang on to any leads. I mean, especially the last 2 games. I mean, we don't even have to talk about game 4 because we all know how that went. But let alone this series should have gone at least 6 at the very minimum, and I think it had the potential to be a 7-game series.
I'm actually kind of glad it didn't go 6 because I am actually going to the Braves game on Tuesday, so I wouldn't be able to watch at least to the very end.
I gotcha. Yeah, it's just that series.
I'm kind of glad that it went and it in 5. Also, like it would have been like electric. It had it like ended. I mean, what this happened, but I don't think that. But I don't think that the Knicks would have lost Game 6.
I don't know.
Especially in the Garden for a closeout game.
It's just
no shot the Knicks would have lost that game.
It's just a shame. It's just a shame that us as NBA fans got stripped of a much better series because of the Spurs' lackluster play. But they're young. Most of them are inexperienced when it comes to the postseason. So this is a team that has a dynasty set for the next 5 or 10 years.
Especially.
So you're a Spurs fan, there's nothing to stress about whatsoever. It's just disappointing how that series turned out.
Especially with like the core of Victor Wembanyama and the Dylan Harper. What a phenomenal showcase he put on this postseason. And like you said,
sorry to draw Chase, but that last that blown layup to like steal it for the Knicks, that is tough. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
I mean, rookies make mistakes all the time. That just happened at the absolute worst moment, and you gotta feel for the kid. But he's young. He's only a rookie. He'll get better as his career goes on.
And I just look at like his postseason run as a whole. Like he showcased himself as a core piece for that Spurs moving forward. Yeah. But like I'm right there with you, John. Like the Knicks in general deserved an NBA championship. The first time since the 70s. It's just the fans who are a little less deserving because of the way they've acted. It's just a bad look on the New York fan base. But I mean, what a story for Jalen Brunson, the Finals MVP. He came from being disrespected by the Dallas Mavericks, being told that he is way too small to be the #1 option. Goes to New York and not only proves that he can be a #1 option, but solidifies himself as a franchise-defining player. And I think many will agree that last night completely solidified him as the greatest New York Knick of all time. I don't think there's
all time might be a stretch.
I don't think that's a debate. I don't think that's a debate. The reason let me get my point out.
Even Jalen Brunson's dad said that Patrick Ewing is a better grade.
Let me get my point out.
Okay, that's fine. Get your point out.
Let me get my point out. Don't start jumping on me yet. Let me defend myself. There are many people who agree with this statement because there's a debate about it earlier today on Instagram, and they did a little vote, and actually 75% of the people who voted said that he is the greatest New York Knick of all time. Because name me any New York Knicks player in the history of their franchise that was as automatic as Jalen Brunson, that could facilitate a court in a 5-game series that had an inside threat like Victor Wembanyama, but to Jalen Brunson that did not matter. Think about last night specifically. Nobody in the New York Knicks team was doing a daggum thing that entire night. If Jalen Brunson had half the performance that he had last night, we do have a Game 6. He alone is the only reason the Knicks won the finals last night, posing the only threat offensively. And when you have a team double teaming you with a court full of Mikal Bridges, OJ Anunoby, and Karl-Anthony Towns, that's how you know that you are a franchise-defining player, because you have multiple threats on the court with you, but they are solely only worried about you because you're that automatic. And he did what a lot of other Knicks players in the past were not able to do. Bring the Knicks back to relevancy, work under multiple, I want to say 2 head coaching roles, but a head coaching turnover can be a big ordeal. And if you win the finals on the first year of a head coaching turnover, I think that's a pretty impressive in and of itself. But he brought the Knicks back to relevancy and gave him a franchise championship for the first time since the 70s. Name another New York hero that's been able to do any of that.
Well, I could have.
I can't. But like, still, like over Patrick Ewing. I still think that Patrick Ewing has that up on Jalen Brunson. But
I can respect it.
Jalen Brunson, prove me wrong, please.
Let me ask you, John, real quick though.
Hold on.
I want John.
Okay.
But I'm gonna get to you. I'm gonna get to you, Angie. I'm gonna get to you. But John, I just want you to what makes Patrick Ewing more of a prominent Knicks player than Jalen Brunson?
I just think that he. I don't really know. I just think that that Patrick Ewing has this resume to him that Jalen Brunson has yet to still build. Yes, he's won a championship, but yes, he just won a championship, but Jalen Brunson still has it's still fairly young and still has a lot more to prove.
That's fair. No, that's fair. But I would say, to me, Jalen Brunson has had a shorter stint as a New York Knick than Patrick Ewing. But I would say that he's already done a lot more than Patrick Ewing was ever able to do for the Knicks franchise. That's my argument, but I completely respect the Patrick Ewing take. Andrew, now we're going to transfer over to you because I can tell you're heated about my take here.
I'm not heated. I'm just heated because you keep yapping. Jalen.
You see how he always does this?
Yeah, you put way too much. Look, you put way too much information in that. You could have chopped up what you said for 5 minutes into a 1 minute sentence. Here's all I gotta say. I'm not saying you're wrong.
He always does it to me, by the way.
I agree that Jalen Brunson is more than likely going to be the best New York Knick by the time he retires. But the only reason I'm hesitant to say that is because
of Jeremy Lin. I know.
Because Patrick Ewing overall, I think, is a better athlete than Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is a freak, though. Jalen Brunson has quieted all the haters. He's turned so many heads. And to be his size and to be, as disrespected, like you said, throughout his career as he has been, and to show up on the biggest stage and dominate the way he did, absolutely, I'm agreeing with you that by saying that calling Jalen Brunson the greatest Knick of all time is not by any means a far-fetched statement. But the only debater that I would have is what John said. Jalen Brunson, we've only seen this for 2 seasons, 2 or 3. I'll give him 3 seasons. If he can consistently keep this up and bring New York more relevancy as the years go on, absolutely, it's going to be a no-brainer. However, Patrick Ewing, as an overall athlete, I think has more to offer than Jalen Brunson. And Patrick Ewing, during his New York Knicks days, had half the help that Jalen Brunson had. Patrick,
and what did he do? What did the Knicks do?
The teams that Patrick Ewing was stuck with during his time were horrible. It was
they were not horrible. They were not horrible.
It was just Patrick Ewing. I think I'm not saying you're wrong, Chase. I just want to be level with that. I agree that I think Jalen Brunson's also the greatest Knick of all time. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Whoa. When I first brought that statement, you said no.
No, I said yes. I said
run back to clip. Run back to tape.
He said yes.
I'm just saying that the only thing I'm just to play devil's advocate, because I do believe Jalen Brunson's the greatest Knick of all time. But devil's advocate, Patrick Ewing is an overall better athlete, and he had half the help that Jalen Brunson did. And it could be too early to put Jalen Brunson on that kind of pedestal.
I think
also go as far to say that if Jalen Brunson's own dad is picking Patrick Ewing over him, then there's got to be some sort of argument there.
His dad's an old head. You got to watch out for them old heads because they don't like to praise modernized players.
I do agree with Chase on that. They're old heads don't like to.
Absolutely. But if he's choosing an old time player over his own son who just won finals,
okay. But I'm gonna ask you. I think you're too focused on the stint. I'm more worried about what he's done for the franchise. I think it proves a point even more that Jalen Brunson has been a Knick way less than Patrick Ewing has, but he has done way more with that franchise than Patrick Ewing ever has. And I don't like your take that Patrick Ewing was on horrible Knicks teams and it was
He
just
was
Patrick Ewing. That's definitely not true. You're forgetting about one of the most underrated Knick players of all time. No bias here. Charlie Ward, by the way, was a very underrated point guard back in his day. And yeah, to say it was just Patrick Ewing, I think is a little disrespectful to
not
Knicks.
horrible. I don't mean to call those teams horrible, but in comparison to this Knicks teams, yes, those teams were really bad. Because this Knicks team,
This Knicks
roster. I mean, we can talk about Jalen Brunson all you want, but that finals is not won without Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart,
okay.
Mikal Bridges, even Jordan Clarkson's defense.
Yeah, you said no bias, and then he went to Florida State. Yeah, cut that bias. Cut that no bias crap out.
I didn't say no. That's why I said no bias. I'm just saying Charlie Ward was very underrated. I got to be honest. But yes, Tallahassee legend. Tallahassee legend.
I just again want to make it known that I do agree that Jalen Brunson is the greatest Knick of all time. But there is definitely an argument to be had that Patrick Ewing is a better overall.
I understand.
Given those circumstances.
I understand it's bold.
Just to remind you guys, this is a Hogs podcast. We've talked about the Knicks more than we talk about the Hogs.
Let's move on. Let's move on. We got a whole game to get into as well. So we're gonna flip the script, but we're actually gonna thank you, John. We're actually gonna get into some Atlanta Hawks basketball now because I'm gonna
again, congratulations to the Knicks team. Y'all the fans don't deserve it. Don't deserve it. I'm not proud to say it, but I'm man enough to say it. Congratulations, Knicks. You deserved it, but the fans do not deserve it.
Until the next NBA,
except maybe 2 or 3 fans that we personally know.
That's true. That's true.
In New York, causing havoc and burning buses and beating up little kids.
Matter of fact, actually, the friend that we saw at church this morning literally said that he apologizes on behalf of all Knicks fans because he said he's not going to act like that. So respect to you. Shout out, Angel. You deserve this championship. But I do vow as Chase Jefferson that I'm not going to say the word New York Knicks again until the next season starts. So that's the last time I've ever said that word. Congratulations. Suck a ball sack. Anyways, moving on to Atlanta Hawks basketball. What this podcast is actually about. Now there are a lot of heavy rumors circulating this 3-team trade idea between the Atlanta Hawks, Boston Celtics, and the Milwaukee Bucks. And the key piece of why this matters to us is because of Jaylen Brown. Now, while these trade talks are heavy specifically, there are still multiple other trades around Jaylen Brown that are out there. So this isn't even close to being solidified. This is just what people are pushing as the most likely scenario. And this is what it involves. And then
on the verge, reportedly on the verge, which could mean a whole array of different things.
Yeah, exactly.
It could probably happen on draft night. It could probably happen a few days before the draft. It could probably happen after the draft. We don't know.
Hopefully.
It very well could, because especially when we discuss and dissect what it all includes. Starting with the Boston Celtics, because this is the meat of the trade right here. And really the whole reason they want to do this trade is because it would be a blockbuster deal that would give them Giannis. I'm going to start with the players. The Celtics would get Giannis Antetokounmpo, pairing him with Jason Tatum. The Bucks would receive Derek White, Zachary Ricochet, and Jonathan Kuminga. So the 3 young studs that could help push them in the right direction. And then we would receive Jaylen Brown and Asume Deng. So that's the player profile of this trade, which sounds phenomenal. If you're a Hawks fan, there's no reason you don't want this. But let's look at it a little further. The Celtics, along with Giannis, would also receive our 2029 first-round pick and then our 2027 second-round pick. Pretty solid. The Milwaukee Bucks would receive both Atlanta Hawks 2026 first-round picks, the 8th and the 23rd, and they would get 2 future Celtics first-round picks. And then the Atlanta Hawks would receive no picks, just Jaylen Brown and Osama Deng. Fellas, I start with John last time. Andrew, I'm going to start with you. What is your initial reaction to this trade?
when I first saw the trade, I was very excited because I thought we were only giving up the 2029 first round pick and 27 second round pick. So I was excited because pairing Jaylen Brown with Jalen Johnson, with Onyeka Okongwu, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, CJ McCollum, I mean, that is a dream starting five right there. Dyson Daniels as well. So Jaylen Brown, because I love Jaylen Brown. I know a lot of people call him overrated. I'm not one of those guys. I think Jaylen Brown actually doesn't get the appreciation enough. Love Jaylen Brown as a guard. But so I was very excited. Very excited.
You call Jaylen Brown overrated after the season
even if it meant Giannis going to the Celtics, I was okay with it just because of what we got in return. But then when I noticed that we had to surrender all those other draft picks, which included the 2 this year, you guys know, if you've watched the last few episodes, you guys know how much that 23rd overall pick means to me. If we would have had to given up either our 8th or the 23rd overall pick, still would have been a little too much, but there'd be a little bit of a backbone. But the fact that we're having to give up the entire future in terms of what we can build upon going forward, this is essentially Ansi Sela putting all the chips on the table, rolling the dice for an NBA Finals within the next 5 to 10 years. And if it doesn't happen, then it was all for nothing, and the Atlanta Hawks have no capital to build off of going forward. And that is a very dark place to be because there's a lot of franchises who are still suffering because of the lack of draft capital they've had to deal with in the past. And I don't want to see the Atlanta Hawks get in that, downward spiral because we put all of our chips on the table for Jaylen Brown. Now, given Jaylen Brown all the high praise I just gave to him, asking that team to win the NBA Finals in return of surrendering our entire future, because take a look at this next draft, potentially one of the greatest draft classes in NBA history. We wouldn't have a single bite of that cake. If the Atlanta Hawks don't win a finals with Jaylen Brown, it will backfire as one of the worst trades in NBA history because of what could have been. You've got to think about the future of the league, man. Look at what's happened in the last few years with Victor Wembanyama and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I don't want us to miss out on one of those players just for Jaylen Brown. So as much as
you gotta watch out for the bust too, like Darius Acuff and all those guys. You gotta watch out for them.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm out here.
I was totally rage baiting John there.
Yeah, so essentially, given the picks that are involved, I do not like the trade whatsoever. But when, like you said, Chase, just for face value, when you're talking about the players in and of itself, absolutely, I think the Hawks get a great end of the deal. Just I don't want to jeopardize our future for a guy that is not going to be a guaranteed leader to the NBA Finals.
All right, John. I want to hear your initial thoughts of this trade idea. What you think?
So my initial thoughts, I mean, like, it would be cool to have, like, Jaylen Brown, like, especially with how he carried the Celtics to a playoff spot for the most part with Jason Tatum being out. Like, he also received, I think he finished fifth place for MVP votes, I believe. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong about that.
Yeah, I think so.
But also I've gone on this podcast saying like how I'm not ready to give up on Zachary yet, and I want to keep the guys that we currently have now and build off of a draft and keep our guys younger and fresher. Because like look at what the Spurs did yesterday. They just got German swept by the Knicks in the finals, but the Spurs have built a foundation to do the draft, and I think that we can do the exact same thing, especially with the moves that Ansi Sela has done this past year. With drafting Asa Newell, extending Dyson, trading for Jonathan Kuminga, trading for Kristaps, even though that didn't necessarily work out in our favor. Just keep our team nice and young. And just build up from here. The draft.
I'm glad you said that, John, because yeah, we can talk all day long about Aussie Sale and the job he's done in just his first year as the Hawks GM, now upgraded to a presidential role as well. He's doing things that Landry Fields refused to do. He's worried about now and the future. So I trust Aussie Sale in this process. I trust that he's going to make the right decision here. It's just a matter of what is the right decision.
The
Because I mean that. Go ahead.
the only thing that I want to see with those picks is possibly package those picks and move up into the top five or top four.
Yeah.
That's the only way I want both those picks moved. Unless maybe we package a number 8 with a player like Ricochet or Kispert maybe, and move it. That'd be great too. Maybe get number 5 or number 4, and keep 23. So
Potentially.
4, 23, and then ship off Aiton, Kispert, or Ricochet, or something like that. But
Yeah.
that's the only way that I want those picks moved. Is if
Yeah,
it's to move up in the draft to get to get a generational talent like Akoff or Boozer or whoever else is available.
there's a lot of generation, or there's a lot of different options, a lot of different directions and scenarios we can go. Um, Now, I do think we can get away with this trade by offering just one of our 2026 first round picks. I don't think we necessarily have to offer both because even with just one, the Bucks are receiving one heck of a package that's going to do great deals for them in the future moving forward of that franchise. But I want to present this to y'all. I was talking to a good friend of mine at church. I was kind of asking him, he's a big Hawks fan too, and I was asking him what his thought was on the. 'Cause I was asking him if he saw that three-team trade idea, and he said he did. I was asking him for his thoughts, and he kind of threw a curveball at me. He said that Onsi Salem would be insane not to accept that trade, and I kind of asked him. I was like, "But are you okay?" I'm talking about Travis, by the way, in case you didn't know, Andrew.
I figured.
And I was like, you would be okay with giving up both our first 2026 or our eighth and 23rd 2026 first round pick? And he said, I would give them anything they asked for. He solely believes, and you know what? I do too. Jalen Brown is a top 10, if not top 15 player in the league. And,
He definitely proved that last season. He proved that last season.
Yeah. And he's 29 years old. So, I mean, he's still got a couple good years left in him. And he kind of has a point here. Yeah, you could talk about all day long how loaded this draft is, but Jalen Brown is worth both those picks. And because you got to think about the talent that we could grab in this draft. This has the potential to be the greatest draft of all time. I truly believe that.
But the thing, though, like if we get Jalen Brown at 20 years old, like I said, like he's only got a couple good years left in him. That's basically championship or bust. That's basically championship or bust. Like if we don't win a championship with him, like we're the laughing stock. The laughing stock. I'm going to laughing stock next season. Like if we don't win a championship with him.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. This is what he was saying, and I'm not saying I completely agree, but I'm hearing him out because Jalen Brown is top 10. If you don't want to say top 10, he's definitely top 15 player in the league. A lot of these players in this draft class, a lot of their ceilings might not even be Jalen Brown's level. And if they are, you're talking about those like Darius Acuff, Caleb Wilson, Cam Boozer, AJ, not the ones in the later picks. They're probably not going to get up to Jalen Brown's level. They might not. But that's what makes Jalen Brown worth both of those picks. And to that, I kind of agree. And it makes me a little bit okay with giving up both those picks to get Jalen Brown. What's my problem with this trade is it's not the fact that we're giving up both picks to get Jalen Brown. To me, I'm not completely against that. What I'm worried about is that if we do that, we don't have draft capital in the future. I'd be more okay with this if we had a firm foundation in the next couple years, but we don't. We have messed up in previous years controlling our draft capital, which is why it's huge that we have two first round picks and such a loaded draft class. So with that being said, that's why I'm leaning more towards no, not because we're giving up the first two first round picks, but because we don't have a safety net for years to come. If, like you said, John, this falls through the floor, then we would be the laughing stock of the league. So with that being said, I would rather us say no so we can because we still have a really good foundation. We still have a lot going for us. So we can draft, with the two picks, generational talent that could sustain us a lot longer than Jalen Brown could. And we don't have to worry about not having draft capital in years to come. That's kind of the roadblock and the dilemma that I'm running into this idea.
Something,
Now, I,
something else too. Like Jalen Brown, like the reason why he's like, like came into the star. The reason why he's become the star that he is because because of the teammates that he's played with and the guy and the coaches that he's played for. He's played with Brad Stevens before Brad Stevens went into that front office role. He's played with Joe Mazzulla, won a championship with Boston. I mean, he's played with Jason Tatum. I believe Kyrie Irving as well.
And I do believe that Jalen Brown's the type of player that could hold his own. I think he's a type of player that I think he's grown into the player he's become because of who's been around him. But I think where he is now at this point of his career, he could hold his own elsewhere. And you could say the same with Atlanta. I mean, they have Quinn Snyder, who, in my opinion, I'm not apologizing for saying this. He's a top five coach in the NBA, and then he's surrounding with players like Jalen Johnson, potentially CJ McCollum, Nikhil Alexander Walker, who Jalen Brown could help, build up as well.
I think another big piece that we're forgetting about though is the one thing that the Jalen Brown trade will not fix even a little bit is our lack of big. Let's just entertain.
That's not the point of this trade. That's not the point.
It is. It is. If you let me talk. So let's just entertain the idea and say yes. We say yes to this Jalen Brown trade. Great, we get Jalen Brown, but we still don't have a competent big that's going to help us with the out rebounding numbers that really shafted us in the playoffs this year. It's not going to help with our defensive rim protection that also shafted us in the NBA playoffs this year. And the reason why this trade has everything to do with the big man is because that's what we were going to use our draft capital for. If anything, that 23rd overall pick was going to go towards a big. And we've talked about so many times already how many great bigs are going to be available late in the draft. We're going to be jeopardizing all of that. And you could say, sure, let's go sign a big in the offseason. Let's go do that. It's not going to be as easy when we're picking up Jalen Brown's contract and we still got to re-sign CJ McCollum, got to extend Nikhil Alexander Walker. We're not going to have that availability to get somebody in the free agency. Oh, that's fine. Let's just trade for somebody. We're not going to be able to get a Hartenstein if we don't have any draft capital because that's what they're going to want in return, or a Naz Reid or whatever the case may be. So us saying yes to this trade is completely throwing any possibility at a big out the window. So what we have now in terms of rebounding and rim protection is what we're going to have to deal with for the next 5 years. And that has already proven it is not going to work.
Andrew, I was not thinking of that, but now that you said it, I 100% agree with you.
It's very awesome to have Jalen Brown, but our weak points are still going to be our weak points. And until we touch that, you could replace Jalen Brown with anybody. You could replace him with Stephen Curry. You could replace him with Donovan Mitchell. You can replace him with Kawhi Leonard, whoever you want. If you don't fix the rebounding issue, none of that matters because you're going to get outplayed regardless, no matter who that star player is. And until Ansi Sela fixes that issue, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. That's my biggest problem.
Fair enough. Any other closing remarks on this trade idea before we move on to what I have up my sleeve?
Go ahead and get into it, Jace. I'm ready.
Got it. I
All right.
got all my frustration out of my chest.
Hey, there we go. That's what we're here for. All right, fellas. We are competing in another trivia-esque competition between Andrew and John, but it's going to work a little differently than anything we've done in the past. This is not just your typical trivia. This is a
My bad.
that we're not getting there yet. We haven't completely went against the wall yet.
Wait, yeah, yeah. He said yeah.
I like where this
Yeah.
is going.
Hey, I thought later down the road, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to that point.
Okay.
But we're gonna do a guess the player game here. Now, here's what's gonna happen. It's going to be a dual competition, so y'all are both going at the same time. I'm gonna name Atlanta Hawks players that we've had in the past. This is recent history, so it's nothing way down the road. And I'm going to give y'all hints, really hard hints that have to do with these players.
Like stats or what?
Kind of. Not all about stats, though. So, I'm going to start like it's going to start with a really hard hint. It's going to get easier the more y'all ask for hints. And it works on a point system. If you can guess the player in just one hint, that's 3 points. If you can guess them in 2 hints, that's 2 points. If you can guess them just 3 hints, that's 1 point. But since we don't have any buzzers here, if y'all think you know the player, then clap, and then you can give your answer.
Okay.
Fair enough?
I'm locked.
We're guessing 5 players in total, so there's going to be a winner. And I will do the typical prize here. Whoever wins, the next time we go to like an Atlanta Hawks event, or maybe at the Fan Fest, the watch party, they'll get a little concession from yours truly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. Y'all ready for player number 1?
Yeah.
All right. Here is the first hint.
Thiago Cephalosha.
No, that would have been a crazy pull.
If he got that out the rim, I would have quit right there.
I think I would have given him the win if he'd have randomly guessed that right off the rim. That would have been the end of the episode right there. All right. Hint number 1. I was selected to exactly one NBA All-Star game in the 2010s.
Oh.
Clap if you know it. But you only get one guess per hand. So if you clap and you get it wrong, you can't guess it again until the second hint. All right, John, what you think?
He said one All-Star game, 2010s. So that could be either like 4 players.
Good.
DeMar Carroll.
Not DeMar Carroll. Andrew, you might as well spit out a hint here before we go on or guess here before going to hint number 2.
I was kind of thinking more on the lines of Al Horford.
You didn't clap. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you heard me?
Not Al Horford.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So this is now down to 2 points. Going to hint number 2. After leaving Atlanta, I eventually won an NBA championship, but not as a major contributor.
Wait, hold on.
Hang on, Andrew.
Oh, I know who it is.
Let me confirm this real quick before I let you guess, Andrew.
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
More time to think. It's
either 2 players then, because I know who it is.
All right, Andrew. What do you think? John's pretty confident. So if you don't get it here, Andrew, John might get it.
I'm gonna reverse my clap because he wasn't on the team when this team won the finals, so I'm gonna reverse my clap.
Okay,
All
so
right, John.
then.
You can clap, yeah.
Paul Millsap.
Not Paul Millsap.
What?
You were thinking. Who was Paul Millsap on?
He never won a ring.
Nuggets.
He wasn't.
He wasn't on that Nuggets team.
He wasn't?
Mm-mm. No, not on the Nuggets team.
So
All right, Andrew, who do you think?
Won a championship. You know who I think it might be?
If you don't clap, it doesn't count.
No, because I'm pretty sure he was not on this team.
And
I
you
know
might as well guess. You might as well take a guess. But
Yes, I mean Andrew,
it's
it's only one player
Kyle
left.
Korver?
huh?
Kyle Korver?
You didn't clap. Were you thinking Cleveland Cavaliers?
No, I was thinking Milwaukee Bucks, but I knew he wasn't on that team. But I don't know who it is. So
It's not Kyle. It's not Kyle Korver.
I had to spit a guess.
We just
out.
did the 4 All-Stars. Unless I got the All-Star. No.
All right.
2000.
Now, after I give this last hint, I guarantee y'all know it's who's gonna be. So y'all better ready to clap first. But you cannot clap until the complete question is gone.
Yep.
After I read the complete question. Okay.
Oh my
Hint
God.
number 3.
I know who it is. I know who it is.
This is for 1 point. I started at point guard for the Atlanta Hawks when they won 60 games in a season.
I got the guy wrong.
I had the right championship team, but the completely wrong player. It's obviously Jetty.
A lot of people forget Jeff Teague was on that Milwaukee Bucks roster when they won the NBA Finals.
I was sitting there and I thought about his podcast and his story about the championship party that only like Brooke Lopez showed up to.
Yep.
Yep.
That also
right.
threw me off. I got the two mixed up. I thought it was Paul Millsap. How is he not? Whatever.
Idiot, man. Well, I said Cal Korver.
Right.
I knew he was retired by the time the Bucks won.
Yeah, no, Cal Korver didn't win a championship.
Yeah, I know. I knew it was the wrong answer. I just had to say somebody.
After round 1, Andrew has 1 point. John was 0, but there's 4 more players to guess. A lot of points up for grab.
Yep.
Player number 2, we got hint number 1, worth 3 points. I once made an all-star team despite never averaging 15 points per game in that season.
You cut out. What'd you say?
I once made an all-star team despite never averaging 15 points per game in that season.
So again, it's one of the 4 All-Stars.
Or it could have been earlier.
Yeah, it could have been before he played for the Hawks. Because you never said he was an all-star with the Hawks.
Or what if I'm talking about what if I'm talking about 2000s or early 2010s?
You said recent history though. You said recent history.
I did. I never said how recent though. I'll give y'all this. Think anywhere between. No, I'm not gonna say that. It's gonna be misleading. I'll let y'all's imagination run wild. Angie, who do you think it is?
I'm gonna say just for the fun of it, I randomly think that Jamal Crawford made an all-star without averaging 15 points. I could see Jamal Crawford being one of those guys.
Not Jamal Crawford.
Okay.
Who is it, John?
Lou Williams.
Not Lou Williams. All right. Going to hint.
It's probably going to be a big.
Hint number 2, worth 2 points. Let's see. My father was a basketball coach, and he helped me become a very efficient three-point shooter.
My father was a basketball coach, and he helped me become a very efficient three-point shooter. Whose father was a basketball coach?
What? No, I don't think.
Okay. Father was.
Jason didn't say the level of the coaches. This guy could have been like a rec coach or a high school coach or a college coach.
Exactly.
Like we don't know.
Exactly.
That's the fun of it.
But 3-point shooting that sort of.
It makes you think of 3-point shooters for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All-star 3-point shooter.
Do. Andrew?
So random, but I'm going to say Ersan Ilyasova.
Not Ersan Ilyasova.
What
do you think, John? Hey, Ersan was kind of nasty at threes. I'm not going to lie.
He was a good 3-point shooter. That's just who came to mind.
What'd you think, John?
Oh, gosh.
Crap. I have another one that came to mind that I think would have been a better guess. Crap.
I can't say him. You know what? I'm gonna just say just because like I can't get this out of my head, but like something tells me that Kyle Korver's dad was an NBA coach. I'm gonna say Kyle Korver.
That is 2 points for John Jordan. It is Kyle Korver for
Oh
Zeus.
my gosh! Wow!
Y'all would have gone it for hit number 3. And the last hit was in 2015. I was one of 4 Hawks players that was recognized after the team's dominant first half of the season.
It was
Wait,
crazy. I thought he averaged at least 15.
How many points did he have? What was the first hit again? What was hit number 1?
I once made an all-star team despite never averaging 15 points per game.
Was it his
How did
rookie
he average that season?
I'm not sure.
I thought he averaged like
Actually,
16.
Was it his rookie season with the Sixers? Did he didn't average?
No,
that?
he didn't make an all-star game. Let's see.
I thought he averaged at least 15. Maybe not.
No,
Kyle Korver averaged 12 points a game his all-star season.
Okay.
I thought he would average more, but okay.
But he shot 50% from 3.
Yeah.
Shooting 50% from 3 in the season. He shot 49.2 actually.
That's 50.
Round up.
Yeah.
Round up. Who cares?
That's
Round
50.
up.
Hey, but yeah, averaged 12 points a game that season.
Dang it, John. All right, John
All right.
takes a 2-point lead or 1 point
After round number 2, John has 2 points, Andrew has 1. All right. Now it's going to get a little more difficult. Think a little harder here. All right. Hit number 1 worth 3 points. I entered the NBA draft I entered the NBA without hearing my name called on draft night. This man went undrafted.
Went undrafted. Okay.
And by the way, I just want to say these aren't off the wall players. Like these are players y'all definitely know. And I'm going to give y'all a time frame here.
Okay.
Don't think further back than 2015. Think anywhere between 2015 to now. That's your time
drafted or went undrafted or from his time in the Hawks.
I'm just talking about throughout this whole trivia. Like all these players are anywhere between 2015 and now.
Okay. Well, I would have taken my Jamal Crawford guess off the table.
You know what? Random pool. Jeremy Lin.
Not Jeremy Lin, but I don't think he was drafted, so I think it's a great guess.
He wasn't undrafted. No, he wasn't drafted.
All right, Andrew. Who do you think?
Why not? I feel like Jabari Parker is a good
No.
answer. I just feel like Jabari Parker would be one of those crazy undrafted stories.
No, he went number 2.
He went number 2?
Yes, to the Bucks.
I didn't know that.
Oh my God.
My bad.
I actually didn't know that either. I didn't know he went number 2 either. I'm not gonna lie.
Y'all are trolling me. Y'all definitely.
No, I swear I didn't know he went number 2.
What?
I swear.
I legit didn't know that.
That's insane.
Whoa! I hear typing, AG. You can't be looking this up.
I'm just curious what year that would have been.
2015. 24. Is it 2015 or 2014? It's one of those years. 2014.
I don't do. Dang, what a bust. Well, I don't say he was good for the Bucks.
Wiggins went 1. Jabari went 2.
Yeah, I know Wiggins went 1. Yeah.
I had no idea Jabari Parker went number 2. Like no joke.
That's crazy.
All right. Well, that's a bad guess then.
Undrafted. Wait, are we in number 2?
I said if you don't clap, I'm not counting as a guess if you don't clap. But you can't be spinning out players though. So I'm giving you Jabari Parker.
Yeah,
it's like Jeopardy. If you don't say what is, I'm not counting it.
Okay.
Yeah, not Jabari Parker. All right, going on to hit number 2 worth 2 points. Before becoming a starter in Atlanta, I gained attention for my celebration on the bench.
Before becoming a starter?
Yeah, before becoming a starter in Atlanta, I gained attention by my celebration on the bench. Yep.
I know Kent Bazemore had a fun celebration. I don't know if that's the one you're talking about, but the Bays Gaze was a very iconic celebration.
2 points for Andrew Jefferson. It was Kent Bazemore with his Bays Gay celebration.
Oh yeah,
I have a Kent Bazemore Hawks jersey, but I did not know he went undrafted.
I remember the days when Phillips Arena used to be full with those little Kent
those Bays Gays masks. Yeah,
yep, I remember those days.
So Andrew takes a 3-2 lead here. Hit number 3, I think y'all would have gotten it. I began my NBA career with the California Dynasty before signing a large contract with the Hawks.
Yeah.
Golden State,
that would have given it away right there. All right. All right. Going on to player number 4. Andrew with the 3-2 lead. All right. Hint number 1. And I actually did not know this. My nickname references a famous basketball movie. I'm not going to lie. I know what his nickname is, and I have no idea what basketball movie he's talking about. My nickname references a famous basketball movie.
Wait. No.
Mike Scott.
What basketball movie do you think? What Emoji Man?
No, I was thinking of the Like Mike movies. I was like, I could see people call
that's Michael Jordan. That's a Michael Jordan movie.
I could see people calling him like Mike. I could see that.
I thought you were going to talk about Michael Scott's basketball episode in The Office.
That would have been a crazy pull.
Oh, yeah.
But that's incorrect, Andrew. Okay, John, what you think?
I'm gonna say Mike Bibby. I'm gonna say Mike Bibby.
What movie you think he's referencing?
I honestly can't think of it anymore. I just think
I have no idea. It's not Mike Bibby though, but I have no idea what basketball movie he's talking about. Okay. I played college basketball in the Big Ten.
Oh.
Wait.
I want to clap my hands, but I'm going to think if there's somebody else. Kobe Buffkin?
Not Kobe Buffkin, but he did play for Michigan, so yeah, Big Ten player.
Right. Oh, I know somebody else who played the Big Ten. All right, well, I guess I'm going to say him for my next pick.
Shoot.
Shoot,
this is when my college ball is starting to fade me. Big Ten.
Man, I should have gone with this guy.
Big Ten teams. Yes. I'm trying to think of like powerhouse like current Big Ten teams or.
Current Big Ten teams.
Okay, I keep thinking of like UCLA or
current Big Ten teams, yeah. Like they were in the Big Ten before UCLA and all them joined.
Okay.
Well, the guy I'm thinking of playing the SEC. I'm stupid. Never mind.
Shoot. I honestly have no idea. I'm ready for a number. Oh, wait.
I thought I ate with that Kobe Buffkin guess.
Shoot.
I'm trying to figure out.
I'm trying to think like. Who could this be?
All right. Might as well just spit somebody out. You might, do a 2 James Harden step back fadeaway at the buzzer and drain it. Who knows?
Shane Larkin.
Crazy pull, but not Shane Larkin. All right. So this is a hit. This is worth 1 point right now. Hit number 3. Y'all might guess it here, right here. So get ready to clap. My greatest game with the Hawks was Game 7 of the 2021 playoffs against the Philadelphia 76ers. Yeah, you Andrew.
I have two players in mind. Because two guys went off in that game, but it's got to be Lou Williams.
Did Lou Williams play in the Big Ten?
Can I go?
Is it the other guy?
It's not Lou.
Because he played for.
Can I go? Can I go? Can I go?
It's
Can I
not
go?
Lou Williams. Who is it, John?
Kevin Herter.
Prime game, baby. It's Kevin Herter.
For Maryland.
Maryland.
3-3.
Dude. Maryland is just such a very obscure team. I completely forget that they're in the Big Ten.
See, what's
Oh my
crazy? The
God.
reason why I said Lou Williams over Kevin Herter is because Lou Williams had a bigger game. So I was thinking,
Lou Williams went to Georgia. I think Georgia Tech.
yeah,
Right?
it wasn't a Big Ten team. Lou Williams is just the first guy that came in mind.
Maryland is such a like crazy pull from the Big Ten that I can't like. That's the last thing you would expect to think about.
We also got Bruno Fernando from Maryland as well. Played in Maryland with Kevin Herter.
Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, you're right, he did.
Let's see. So it's
round 4.
It's tied at 4. No, it's tied at 3. It's tied at 3 going to the final round. This is for all the marbles right here. And I'm not gonna lie to you.
We've already gone through 4.
Yeah, this is never right because we've done Jeff T, Kyle Korver, Kent Bazemore, and Kevin Herter.
Right. Okay.
All right. Hint number 1. I went undrafted out of a mid-major school in Nashville, but finished my college career as one of the best players in program history.
Mid-major in Nashville.
One of the best players in
Nashville.
So
what are schools that are in Nashville besides Vandy?
I know exactly what school he's talking about.
Okay, and he was one of the best players in program history.
Mid-major in Nashville.
And he went undrafted.
Indeed.
In Nashville.
Andrew, you've been to Nashville. You have seen this school. This school is advertised all over Nashville.
I'm sure it is. That's what I'm trying to think of.
More than Vandy?
I mean, you see Vandy too, but this school is also pretty heavily advertised.
Vandy's not a mid-major.
Well, yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. And also,
John's talking about advertised. Yeah. Hey, I will say, John, you should know who this school is.
I should know.
You should know. And there's a reason you should know.
I'm just going to have to take a guess and go to the second round. What would be a good guess to throw out there?
I'll throw in this extra hit out you so you kind of know what school this is. I think this would help a little bit. In 2019, he won the ASUN Conference of the Year. He won the ASUN Conference Player of the Year in 2019.
I should know this because of they're in the ASUN.
Austin Pay.
Oh.
Or Austin P.
He played for him?
They're not in Nashville. They're in Clarksville. That's wrong. They're not in Nashville.
Wait, hang on. Let me verify this.
For Austin Pay?
That's wrong.
Hey, let me see.
Who would have played?
Hang on. Oh, I'm sorry. Not Lipscomb University. I'm sorry. Not Austin Pay. Lipscomb. My apologies.
Lipscomb.
My apologies. I'm sorry, y'all. Lipscomb University. Go ahead, Eddie.
I have no quality guess. I don't know anyone who's played for Lipscomb. Give me Tony Snell.
Not Tony Snell.
Tony Snell went to New Mexico. Don't ask me how I know that.
What a pull. What a lead ball knowledge.
I would have no idea.
I had no idea either. What do you lead ball knowledge?
Um,
2019
I just had.
ASUN Player of the Year.
Oh wait,
All right, let's
Mike
come.
Muscala?
Snell was a lot older when he played for us.
Not Mike Muscala. All right.
Well, you said 2019. Tony Snell was such a bad guess.
Hit number
wait, yeah,
2.
wait, you said 2019. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hit number 2. After joining the NBA as an undrafted free agent, I also spent time with the Wizards and the Rockets.
The heck? Wizards and the Rockets.
So Wizards, Rockets, and Hawks.
And y'all definitely know who this player is. He was a pretty fun player to watch with this in his stint with Atlanta.
Man, this is rough.
This player had to play on the bad Hawks teams. We might actually be tied here. We might like.
Oh. There's a guy I'm picturing in my head, but I can't remember his name.
No, it's not him. No, it's not him. Wait.
The Wizards and the Rockets.
And I'm gonna say this. The last hit is not that easy either.
Oh, jeez.
I purposely made this one a little hard.
Okay.
Man,
Played for the Wizards and the Rockets before Atlanta and was an undrafted free agent.
So it had to be very recent if he played at Lipscomb in 2019 and then played for 2 teams before Atlanta.
Atlanta's never had really a bad team outside like in the 2020s era. So you got to think about these were some good team. This was a good Atlanta Hawks team he played on.
Okay,
A good-ish anyway.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah. I didn't.
Do 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 do.
No, it's not him.
Do. After I sing this song, I'm gonna need some guesses.
Okay.
Do. All right, I'm gonna need some guesses. Andrew, you're going first.
I don't know, bro. I'm just gonna
spit somebody out.
I'm just gonna say, for the freaking love of the game,
all right, John, I'm kicking it to you.
You know what? Screw it. Yeah, I'm gonna say
y'all might as well just guess somebody.
I know it's wrong, but Corey Kispert, just so I can say a name, because I know Corey Kispert was drafted way after 2019.
Not Corey Kispert.
Oh no, that's still.
I never said he was drafted in 2019 . By the way, that's just when he won the Lipscomb.
I know.
This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong by far, just because he was drafted in 2022. Sharif Cooper.
Not Sharif Cooper. Sharif Cooper played for Auburn.
Yeah, I know that. I know that, Chase. I'm not stupid.
Oh, why'd you guess Sharif Cooper?
Just give you a guess. I don't know who this is.
The same reason I guessed Corey Kispert.
See, Andrew gets it.
You're forcing us to say a player here, man.
Oh, okay, but I thought you were going to do at least an educated guess. Okay, but
I literally have no idea.
I mean, technically it's an educated guess because he does play for he does play for. He does play for the Wizards now. So
I guess that's fair. All right, hit number 3. My nickname. I'm nicknamed after an NBA legend. He's nicknamed after an NBA legend. And Look, I'll tell y'all this. I'm going to say this, and I think you already get it instantly. His nickname is after a NBA legend for the Boston Celtics.
What?
His nickname comes from an NBA legend for the Boston Celtics.
Wait.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Think
Wait, hold
Think
on,
of
wait,
it.
hold on, wait.
Think of Boston Celtics legends and whose nickname sounds like the name of the Celtics legend.
I think I think I got the nickname. I just can't think of the player.
Come on, y'all can do this.
I don't.
Wait,
know.
I got it.
Yeah, clap.
Garrison Matthews.
Gary Bird, Garrison Matthews. John takes the 4-3 win.
Oh man, Gary Bird.
Garrison Matthews.
You went to Lipscomb?
I had no idea, but yeah, went to Lipscomb, and he was the
Bird.
2019 ASUN Player of the Year. Did not know
As
that.
you just said, like Boston Celtics thing, I was like, didn't you guys used to call like Garrison Matthews like Gary Bird or something?
Gary Bird, baby.
I'm ashamed.
Gary Bird.
I had never heard that nickname until y'all had said that. So
Well, we actually didn't come up with it. That was apparently that nickname came from his time in Houston.
really,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they know like when but you didn't say the Knicks. Well, actually, no. I guess he didn't play for the Knicks because I think he got waived, but he went to New York after we waived him. So he the
Celtics.
there.
The Celtics, right?
No,
isn't that where he went after us?
No, New York.
I thought it was the Celtics.
I think he was New York.
Someone's have to fact check this.
Where Garrison Matthews went?
I think he went to the Celtics, but then got waived by Boston.
He plays for the Knicks, or he plays for the Pacers.
Where did he go after Atlanta, though? I think he went to Boston and got waived by Boston.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
With the New York Knicks during the 2025 preseason, and then by Indiana.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. So. Matthews is on September 16, 2025. Matthews signed an Exhibit 10 contract with the New York Knicks. He was waived by the Knicks prior to the start of the regular season on October 18th. So he never played a game.
Got it. Okay.
Gary Bird, man. Wow.
Gary Bird, baby. What a pull. All right, fellas. So, John, don't let me forget. I owe you a concession at the Fan Fest.
And I think one of y'all also owes me like a $35 item from the store as well from our past trivia.
I was from the Jeopardy.
Yeah,
the Jeopardy, indeed. All righty. Well, any closing remarks before we close this one out, ladies and gents?
I think I'm the king of trivia now. I think
John might be.
I pretty much won all that I competed in.
John's kind of clapping our cheeks over here.
So this is definitely payback from last year when no one destroyed me.
Someone else has to take reign.
Someone's gonna have to step up to the plate. It was not me today, though. I
also can't believe that you didn't get that. Well, you didn't get the Andrew. You always said that name. You always said that nickname more than I have. So I didn't know about that nickname until y'all.
I was thinking too hard about it. I was thinking of like Bill Russell, Bob Cousy. I was thinking way too hard about it. So
the Celtic guy, Larry Bird.
I figured once you heard the name Larry Bird in your head, I figured it would eventually click.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, because y'all have said Gary Bird multiple times, and
I'm ashamed.
Like, how the hell was Andrew not getting that?
What another banger of an episode! And for me, Andrew and John, we will see y'all.
And I think next week we're gonna have our final mock draft. I think it's gonna happen next week.
I agree. Let's do a final mock draft.
Final mock draft next week.
I agree. I completely agree.
All right.